Herb Adderley etched his name into the NFL record book with this 80-yard interception for a touchdown.
Hope that God can defend him. Yeah, got the world trying to kill him. Yeah.
Welcome you to another live here recording of the Herb Adderley 26 Foundation Candid Conversations. I am your host, Moderator, Devon POV Mason. Want to once again thank the Adderley family for carrying on the legacy of the great Herb Adderley, and just want to thank everyone for the support thus far we've had with our first two interviews with Pat Johnson and Josh Page. So I want to thank everyone for participating and just continue to support us and follow us and, you know, all that good stuff. But tonight we have another special guest. He is none other than former four-star DN out of Wilson, Jackson Reed High School here in Northwest Washington, D.C., none other than Mr. Kareem McDonald, here to talk to us a little bit and just, you know, tell us a little bit about his journey in life, sports, and everything he's, you know, been dealing with throughout his sports journey and just his overall anything going on in his life right now and where he is right now. So without further ado, I want to welcome Kareem to the Candid Conversations. Appreciate you. Been talking to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Kareem.
I guess with football, I guess I can start with there. I grew up playing with Beacon House. That's kind of where I scratched the surface at.
Coach
from
Lowe's,
Beacon. Yeah,
Bink.
Coach Lowe's, Coach Step.
Coach Bink, yeah, good
Coach
guy.
Bink, you know what I'm saying? Kind of started there all the way till I was about in ninth grade.
Okay.
Ninth grade, I went to Academy Ideal High School. Came back to Beacon House to play one more year with Coach Bink. Had to sweat like 30 pounds to play with Coach Bink that last year. Other than that, I mean, from there I went to Wilson. Coach Bink got the OC job at Wilson. Followed him up there. Played football for 3 years there, and the rest was history from there.
So you played for Mark Martin?
Yeah, Mark Martin.
Good guy, good guy.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that Wilson journey and how you how you reached four-star territory. You got to be pretty good to become a four-star.
Yeah.
So, I mean, tell us about the 20 sacks your sophomore year. Tell us a little bit about how things went when you left Ideal and went up to Wilson, and the difference and all that, different things like that.
Leaving Ideal was it was smooth from the beginning because I was always confident in my play. Like I could have went to high school freshman year and played, I think so. I just when I'm locked in with a coach and we got a bond, you know what I'm saying, it's hard for me to like let it go.
Gotcha.
So like Coach Bink, Coach Mark, those like the only two coaches I've really known my whole life that was like, I'm locked in with, you know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So like wherever they was going, I was trying to be there. So I followed Coach Bink, man, build it. Man, when we first got to Wilson, Coach Bink, they used to tell me Coach Mark was his brother because they look like bald head.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They kind of look alike, but then I found out they weren't really brothers, but they was brothers.
They've been friends for a long time.
They've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
So me and Coach Mark build a bond. I talk to him like every day now. Like to this day, we call crack jokes or whatever. I mean, Wilson was cool. I mean, from my sophomore year, I guess what led me to having 20 sacks is like I said, like confidence. I always just thought I was good enough to play with whoever. So coming in, I was, you know what I'm saying, we had a good D line too. I think we had like 4 big dudes. I don't know if you remember like Vaughn. We had what else we had? We had like Ali, Kevin. Like they was like huge. Yeah. They was like huge. I was just like like skinny, I was fast, you know what I'm saying? All of them love me though, because I wasn't scared. I was getting to the quarterback, you know what I'm saying? So
I get it.
That's kind of how it kicked off.
Tell us a little bit about, you started at Woodridge, Beacon House. You go to Wilson after you leave Ideal, and you commit to Virginia. And Virginia comes to you and tells you that they can't take you because the first year of high school wasn't accredited at Ideal. What did that do to you mentally? How did that change your whole plan because now you diverted. You got to completely go another route.
Yeah.
Because the UVA situation, which is a Power 5 D1 ACC school that puts many guys in the pros yearly, how did you handle that? Because that's a huge high to a big low. Because you went from up here to
Down
wow,
there.
I can't go to Charlottesville now. I gotta make another diversion because my first year of high school didn't count in their eyes. So
I mean, it was. I ain't gonna lie. Honestly, like from when I first found out I couldn't go there no more, it was like I was crying. I was crying to my grandmother for real, because I ain't really. It was like something out of my control. It was like something I couldn't really. You know what I'm saying? If it was up to me, I couldn't put the effort in to change it. You know what I'm saying? It was something that like totally out of my control. So I kind of felt like I made a wrong decision by, you know what I'm saying, playing part one in my 9th grade year and going to that school where as though, you know what I'm saying, they ain't had no sports. So I'm kind of almost 75% sure that was one of the reasons. Like, it wasn't no sports, so they ain't know nothing about no clearinghouse with what classes I needed to, you know what I'm saying, go to these schools. So I mean, I guess not going to Virginia really hurt because, you know, me getting that offer, like, I had went to the camp. I had performed in front of Coach Mike London. Like, he came up to me like after the camp and like offered me himself. Wow. So it kind of meant a lot to me. So that's why like the next week I committed, because they was like the only school, you know what I'm saying, show like true interest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had offers from everywhere, but I ain't never really get to talk to no head coach like face to face.
He offered you on the spot.
Like on the spot. Like wow. I still got
wow.
pictures. I still got pictures of me and him. They was taking pictures of me there, like the Virginia little photographers and all that. And
Cavalier
it was cool.
Around,
yeah, it was
taking
cool.
Pictures with all the,
It was cool. We kind of like locked in. I think I was just, if I'm not mistaken, I had a kidney problem at Wilson, and I had missed a couple games because I had like nephrotic syndrome when I was little. Okay. It's like when urine leak in your lung or your kidney.
All right. And
it caused me to swell up. So I had missed like a few games. And I don't even think I played for like 3 weeks. And I had went straight to the camp when I got well. And off, no practice,
straight balled out.
You know what I'm saying? Straight balled out, like, because it was t-shirt and shorts. Like, I was the biggest guy. I was one of the biggest guys out there. So it was cool, though. I mean, if I could change anything, it'd probably just be, you know what I'm saying, going to a different school, 9th grade, because life probably be different for me right now. You know what I'm saying? So.
For everyone listening, don't know who Mike London is, he's the former head coach at Richmond, took them to the 1AA championship, I believe, in 2007. He also was the head coach at Howard, William and Mary.
Oh, damn, he did coach.
He's been around. He's, you know, UVA had them on the right track for a while. He, great football coach, great human being, great person. So that's somebody that, you know, I wish you would have gotten that opportunity, because I think that could have done.
I think like a year or two ago, I had reached out to him just to see, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what's up, Coach Mike London? You know what I'm saying? This Kareem, I know you remember me. That he knew who I was. He said, what's up? You know, I was just checking on him. I ain't want nothing. Yeah. I always appreciated him because he was like a straight up guy. He black.
Yep.
You know what
I'm saying?
He
don't sugarcoat. He's straightforward. I want you. That's it. You don't gotta. Cool. Yeah. That's what's up.
He was cool. But it was like, when that happened, I had to like find like alternatives. Like UVA offered me to go to Fork Union Military Academy. And at the time I didn't really know what that was. I was young. My father ain't know what it was. My grandmother ain't know what it was. So I'm like, off the break, I was like, nah, anything military, I'm not really into that. I'm not doing it. Yeah. But it wasn't even like that, because I think after I did decline the little offer to go there, another guy I know, he went there. Okay. And he kind of had success there. Like, he told me it was cool. He had to shave his head bald and all that. I know I probably would have.
It sits in the middle of nowhere.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's nothing there.
Yeah,
it just sits out.
They were just balling for real.
Yeah, it's in a place called Palmyra, Virginia. It sits in no man's land. Yeah. And the only reason why I know where it sits is because my mom's family is 10 minutes up the road where her father grew up at. So he used to ride by there to go visit family. And I used to be like, what is this place?
About it. Yeah. And it was kind of like the guy, like, Mike London was cool and all, but the guys that was recruiting me, I feel like they ain't really explained to me what like
They figured you knew. They figured you knew. Like, he already know what it is, so he coming.
But I'm like, man, I ain't never had, like, coming out of high school, I ain't think I was gonna go to no JUCO or no prep school or none of that. Like, I'm trying, you know.
I'm D1. I'm D1 talent. I'm a 4-star. I don't go do this. Man, so earlier when we talked, you told me that a regret that you have is when friendship came calling. While you were at Wilson, maybe you should have done that. Why you feel that way?
I just feel like at that time they had like dogs. They had like dogs in their team,
Yeah,
like
Eddie.
Jalen Tabor.
Wasn't they coached by Azar?
Yeah,
Azar was the
Zah
coach?
was the coach at the
Yeah.
time. Like had Jalen Tabor. I think they had like Ashton
Tease
White.
Tabor, yeah.
They had a whole lot of D1
Eddie
commits.
Goldman was already at Florida State by then.
Yeah, I think
he was
that
gone,
was like
but he was
a
the
year or
biggest
two
name
after,
before them. Yeah,
it was
gotcha.
like a year or two after. But
Yeah.
I remember him too. I remember watching him
He's
too.
a dog.
But yeah, he was a dog for
He's a
sure.
dog.
I think he just came out of retirement.
Yeah, he
too.
came out of retirement, played
Yeah.
for the Bears for a hot minute. It was a good player. He
Yeah,
could
it
play,
was,
man.
It was at that time. It was like my dad was on. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, he tried to make me stop playing AAU basketball when I was playing. Like when Emory and Merlin Bulls, I used to
Yeah.
sneak and play games because he was so locked in with me playing football and stuff. So it was just like a tough situation. But as far as like all that stuff that like played a part, I don't know. It just started becoming tough for me. You know what I'm saying?
Where you mentioned your mom
Yeah.
situation
My mom-
kind of threw a monkey wrench
Yeah, my
in
mom
what you were
been
planning on
in
doing.
and out of jail, like my whole life for real.
That's
You know
real.
what I'm saying? Like that took a toll on me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's why I really played football because it was like anger built up.
And that
I
was
used
your
to have
outlet.
to.
That was your outlet.
That was my outlet.
And that's amazing that you sitting here and you don't have no problem talking about that.
Yeah,
Because
nah.
a lot of people don't want to. Mom,
Yeah.
jail.
That
Most
made
people
me-
ain't gonna
I mean,
reveal
it
that.
made me who I am, to be honest.
That's
So,
dope.
I don't really have no shame in talking about it. And she like when I talk about it because she just see how, the growth in me and how it made me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never really break. It made me sad. It made me, you know what I'm saying? I was mad some days, but when she
molded you,
called me
though.
and stuff, I was always there. Like she needed me, I was always there. Like it ain't bothering me to the point where I'm like, man, forget football. I ain't doing it. My mom locked up. I don't want to do nothing. Like I want that type of guy. It just always motivated me.
It molded you. Like
Yeah.
when you talk, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Talking to you on the phone, I'm like, you've been through a lot, but you wouldn't know it by the way you carry. Same thing with Josh and same thing with Pat. Y'all been through a lot,
Man.
but when you talk to y'all, it don't seem like it affects you like people will probably, like you know.
Yeah.
I know it affected you more, but the
Yeah.
way you guys carry yourselves, it's amazing because mental health, anxiety, depression, stress, we already black men. So that's already a daily grind. Just getting up to go out into the world daily, it's already a struggle
Yeah.
because the world's against us. And to have people that you believe were in your corner do you wrong, it just takes that much more of a toll. And for, like I said, for you guys to have the support group that you have, the village to keep you grounded, but it also takes you wanting to do it. And that's big. So
Yeah.
I commend you for
sure.
that because that's not every day that you hear. I mean, you were a 4-star. Ain't too many that were ranked higher than you. I
Yeah.
looked it up. You were the 88th ranked player in the country when you came out of high school. There were only 87 guys ranked higher than you in Division I football rankings.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
to have UVA have that situation and for you to divert and still figure out other ways to still manage and to still progress is a credit to you and your village and anyone in your village.
Yeah.
So I give you credit for that.
For sure.
Because that's not easy. I'm a coach, so I see it all the time. So I see the things that these athletes deal with and they bring it. And you're like, you see the families and you're like, man, this kid dealing with that at home and he's still coming here and he putting in this kind of work for us. And, you know, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. You know,
Yeah.
for you to mention your mom again, this shows how mature you are, you know, how grounded you are and how you've been molded into the person that is Kareem McDonald today and not the Kareem McDonald that was knocking quarterbacks' heads off for 10 years plus, you know what I mean? So, you know, so I give you credit for that. But tell me a little bit about, you don't go to Fork Union, you decide, nah, that's not for me. Okay. So then we go and we decide, you know, maybe Monmouth, really good program up in New Jersey. How did that shake out and what happened there and how did that, you know, what happened there? Let's just find out what happened. Tell me.
It was cool. It was alright. It was a PW. What they call it, PWI? Like it was PWI all the way. Like, like getting there. Like it was to me, I always call that. I always say it was a fail for me.
Okay.
Because I feel like my mom's situation, it affected me when I went to college, and you know what I'm saying, my dad's situation, whatever we had going on, it kind of affected me too. But it kind of like started coming back together. But still, it ain't really make me too much locked in with school. Like I was failing all my classes.
Wow.
Classes was hard. I feel like I picked the wrong major. I was like a journalism major, not even knowing like I want to be a sports reporter one day. But damn, you got to write all these papers, 15-page papers like every other day. I couldn't do that and be waking up at 4 in the morning going to practice, and you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of like set me back. And then when I got there, for me to even play that year, I had to take this class, like an online jump. Man, I ended up cheating on that jump, and they found out. So I was ineligible my whole freshman year.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So like it was just like I was so affected. I was making so many decisions that wasn't right. Like I left school in December. Like I was just telling the coach, like, man, I'm gone.
So this
home.
ain't for me.
Yeah, this ain't for me. Like my mother locked up. They tried to talk to me, tried to bring me back. You know, they had a conversation with me, but like ain't nothing changed how I was really feeling. My grandmother told me I could come live with her, and that was it. Like I went home, probably stayed home for like a month. I got into some street things. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Like
I feel you.
I got into some street things, and it kind of like opened my eyes. Like, damn, bro, this ain't supposed to be you for real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. It just opened my eyes, so I ended up going to JUCO.
Okay.
Was really that was the best
move.
year.
People think it's not.
It was the best move, but it was the best year of my college life. Like JUCO.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went out Cali, so I'm like 20 minutes from LA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like a lot of people think JUCO all. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like
It's not that bad.
It's not. It wasn't bad for me. I don't know about everybody else.
You got to pick the right one.
I was in Cali. Like I was having fun. I was playing. We won the national championship that year.
Congrats on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool.
You went to Fullerton.
Yeah,
It's a great program. It's a great program.
Fullerton,
so
yeah.
I mean, they put guys back at the D1 level all day and night.
Yeah.
D1, D2.
When I got there, when we won the ship. I think they won the national championship the year before that. So they was like back to back.
Wow.
Yeah, they was super nice though.
Okay.
We was super nice. We had players from all over. Like, it really like opened my eyes, and I seen a lot when I went to Cali because it's like so different from here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I really adapted to it. I ain't even want to come home for it. I wish I could have just stayed in JUCO for 4 years, but I couldn't. End up going to the school Ottawa, Arizona. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of offers out of
20.
Had 20 of them.
Yeah, 20 of them.
Out of JUCO.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, I had 20 offers out of JUCO.
You had 11 FCS and 9 D2. I looked it up. But you had 11 FCS and 9 D2.
Yep. I had a lot of jumps out of JUCO. But what screwed me up really coming out of JUCO, the UVA thing came back around. Like all that ninth grade school, that kind of like messed me up like all the way.
Because of the accreditation.
I couldn't go back D1.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? I had to play D2. I had to settle for a D2. I'm like, man, I'm better than this. By the time I got to this, I got to the school in Arizona, and I got hurt.
Your labrum?
Yeah, tore my labrum, and I had surgery or whatever. And the coaches, like I told you, the coaches, they was telling me wasn't nothing wrong with me.
That you just need to stretch better.
I just needed to stretch. Like every day of practice for a week, they telling me, man, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just need to stretch. I'm like, I can't even run. You could tell by how I'm running. I can't run
here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like I told you, I wanted to go get the X-ray, and they told me that my joint was torn. I had to get surgery when I went back home. And after that, I just hung it up. Like I ain't never go back. That was it.
Wow.
That was it after that.
You got into a car accident, you said.
When I came
more
home,
of a problem because of you hurt the
before
same
the
hip.
surgery.
The same hip got you. So you get into the accident and it's like, okay, this is it. So that kind of was the end of.
That was it.
Putting the helmet on and touching the gridiron.
Man, I was living it through my brother. Like, he went to Friendship.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, right? Like how things come full circle because he went to Friendship. I was supposed to go there, but he went to Friendship and he was killing the same way I was. Like, Ahmed was first team all Met.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
at Friendship.
Yep.
He had like 20 sacks one year. I think his second year there, he had 20 sacks or something like that.
Yep.
So it was crazy. I was living through him and Terrell for real. So
Terrell Lewis.
Yeah. Like those they was just. I was just watching them. I got motivated by watching them. I ain't need to play no more.
That's dope. So, again, you smiling,
Mm-hmm.
you're happy. You know, I told Josh and I told Pat the same thing. When the sports end, you really see a whole different side of yourself. Like, for so long, you was Kareem McDonald, the big bad DN that, like I said, killed quarterbacks. That's what you did. You know what I mean? Now that you're not doing that, you see that you're so much more to you than just a helmet and shoulder pads.
Man,
You see that mentally,
like a whole
you're in a place where you probably would have never been had you not gone through what you've gone through. And I say that like to say this. You could have went through something, the stuff you've been through could have really ruined you, but you didn't allow it to. Because the goal, like I said, Virginia, Monmouth, Fullerton, school in Arizona that you ended up at last, and they telling you you're not hurt, and you are hurt. And they played a role in your career ending too, because they making you, plan on an injury.
They did.
Which is never good. Never
I think
smart.
about that all every day.
know.
My grandmother, she be telling me, "Why don't you go sue that school?" I'd be like, "Mom, I'm just over it. Like, I ain't too much tripping. I don't want nothing from them. Like, it's over with. It's
That's
cool."
right. So when you came home though, you said let's talk a little bit about everything. Street life. What made you decide, you know what, this ain't for me no more. I don't need to be doing this. I got bigger things to do than to risk, out here in these streets, especially in the city.
It wasn't even like I was doing anything bad, but like the people I grew up with, like my friends and stuff, they are from the hood. That's all they know.
That's all they know.
That's all they know. So that's all I grew up in. I was just an odd man that like seen the bigger picture. Like, I ain't really need the hood. I know I could always go back. I know my boys is gonna have my back no matter what. It's just like I couldn't really get away from it because that's where all my people from. My people grew up in the hood. My friends grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? My grandma from the hood. My dad from the hood. My mother from the hood.
That's what you know. I feel
Everybody from the hood. So it's like, my grandmother and my father, they tried to like keep me away from it as much as they could. But it's only but little you can do when you born into it. So I just, you know what I'm saying, when I went home, and it's not like really I started doing bad stuff. It's just I ran into some people,
just hanging out.
Things went left, and you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like one of those situations where it's like, damn, bro, something could have happened to you just now.
Could have happened, bro.
Like, what you gonna do? Like,
could have happened.
You know what I'm saying? Then when I went home, like, I wasn't really over football yet, so I already had a plan to go to school. Then I had another plan, like if football ain't work out, I was gonna be a designer. Like, that was gonna be my thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So you had plan B and C set up.
Anytime I did anything, I always had a plan. Like, always. Because my teachers growing up and stuff, they used to tell me, like, you can't just play football. What's going to be your plan B?
What's going to be your plan B?
Like, from like second grade till I got older, I used to hear that. And I always just kept that in the back of my mind. I knew I liked clothes. I knew I liked getting fly. I knew I liked wanting to have my own brand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I went to Fullerton, I created my own brand.
Oh, did you?
I put it all in play. I ain't drop it until I stopped playing football, but I already had a plan. Like, if football don't work, this is what I'm gonna do. So now that jump, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to do a relaunch on my brand. You know
what's the name of your brand?
It's called Centrata.
Centrata?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Centrata, everybody. Centrata. I got a hard question, and if I'm out of line, let me know. Did you ever have any resentment towards your mother because of the journey that she was on and you trying to focus on making it for the family?
Nah, I ain't never had no resentment to her because her situation, like, it was out of her control too. True. You know what I'm saying? True. Like, I ain't never judge her for going to jail and stuff like that. Okay. Like, for what?
That's right.
Everybody make mistakes.
They do.
You know what I'm saying?
They do. I just ask that because a lot of guys have resentment.
She probably ain't grow up. I don't know how her life was really growing up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But she probably ain't had the support I had.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? She probably ain't had nobody to talk to. Or, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't never really look at her no way. Okay. I just, you know what I'm saying? One day she came home and she made a decision. She wasn't one going back, and she ain't been back since. Okay. So that made up for all the time for me. If you can come home and get yourself together and be with your family, like how much it was bothering me and my little brothers to not see her. Like, she made a decision that she was gonna get right, and for that I respect her. I love her. So
That's good stuff. Man.
Whatever, for
That's
sure.
good stuff.
Yeah.
You said you were taking on some journalism classes. Are you still interested in doing that?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Like I want to be around sports. Like I want to find a job around sports, like an agent or like a reporter, a writer, or something. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to get into it. I just ain't. Ever since I stopped playing football, I ain't never really had the like connections of people to talk to about how to get into it, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I kind of shied away from it. Like I said, I just was focused on the branding. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to. I just got the job with Metro, so I'm about to start with Metro.
Congrats.
You know what I'm saying? So
Well, if you want to do the sports thing, let me know.
yeah, for sure.
I know some people.
I'm
I've been
interested
doing
because I
it for a
want to be
while.
around the game. Like I
Yeah.
know all about it. Like
It's a grind.
it's a grind.
It ain't.
For sure.
It ain't for everybody.
Nah, I
but
know.
it's a grind. It's,
I know that.
It's a daily grind, and you got to. It's a lot to go into it, but
Yeah, but
I'll
it's like big plans I had with sports. Like even with like covering our area, I feel like our athletes not covered like they should be.
No, we don't. We
know what I'm saying?
We don't cover unless it's the big name schools.
Yeah.
The WCAC,
Yeah,
the
like
MIAA.
coming through Wilson and coming through Beacon House. Like
yeah,
I've been around.
we don't
some
touch
of,
like we should. We
been
don't.
around some of the best athletes in day. Like
Yeah.
you feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? Sean Savoy. Like
man.
all these.
Savoy.
You know what I'm
His
saying?
Uncle Phil.
Like,
ain't it Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick, let's talk about your Emory days, because you played with Josh and Terrell and Markel and all them. Tell us a little bit about how that helped shape you, because just being up there with Josh a couple of weeks ago, with Mac and all that, it's the feeling is Emory was huge in you all lives, and the way that you guys created a AAU team without a shoe deal and walked around here bumping with the big boys, and talk a little bit about that.
Shoot, probably if you ask Coach Mack today who was his best team, he'd probably say us. For
He
sure.
did that day I was there.
Yeah,
he did. He said it.
We
He
was
said
at,
it.
like we was nice. We was nice. we was nice. We was nice. We had too many players. This was Markel style. Markel was just a shooter at the time. We used to call him Bigfoot. His feet was big as a mud walking around. Like I think Markel was like a 13 when we was hooping, right? We was kids. Then we had like. I feel like, man, I don't even know how to really explain our team, but like everybody played a part in some way, from like early on just making us laugh, like, you know what I'm saying, to, you know what I'm saying, Josh, Lil Mike, Real. We even had Marcus. We had, man, that team was
Y'all
nice.
was loaded, man.
We was loaded.
Y'all was loaded.
We had fun. It was fun though, because I want to say Coach Mack, I don't think he really traveled with teams like he did with us. Like
He said that. He said it was one of the first times he moved around. He said
Yeah.
everything was usually done
like,
right
yeah,
here.
we was that nice. We
Yeah.
went to Nationals.
Yep.
Went to Nationals and played in Florida. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. He said that. He told me that. He said
man.
that team was 4 out, 1 in. Terrell blocked the shots and y'all do everything else.
Man.
Rebound, block shot. That's what he said.
I ain't gonna lie, that was one of the funnest times of my life.
Yeah, it sound like it.
AAU
man.
with Emory. Man,
Sound like it.
We
It
had
sound
fun.
like it.
that was fun.
So, what do you today? If somebody was to ask you, Kareem McDonald, where you've come from and where you are today, from when you were the 4-star recruit, 88th ranked player in the country, to now own clothing line, working for Metro, doing great mentally, first of all, what would you say?
Man, it was a journey. Like, real journey. I've been through so much. I didn't want to break so many times. Never did.
Depression, anxiety,
Yeah, like, I
feeling
just,
like the world was caving in on you. Yeah.
whatever my situation was, I just used it as motivation every time. Like, no matter how low I got, just is what it is. Life goes on, for real. It
Yes.
could be worse. Like, I'd be thinking, like, man, there's so many kids and men out here that never got to experience some of the stuff I experienced. Like,
Never had a
growing
village
up.
to help them come out.
They ain't
either.
go on college
Nope.
visits, see
Nope.
me head coaches and play basketball in Florida for
Get
nationals.
courted,
and like,
get
you know what I'm
courted
saying?
and
Like,
everything, and weekends on campus,
I
and
done
everybody
seen
looking
it.
out.
I done
man.
seen it all. Like,
You
I
seen
done
it all. You got
like,
to live, man.
And
You
I
got
don't
to
even, I'm
live.
about to be 26, and I think I done seen it.
Seen it
Everything.
all. It's like you can play right now.
Yeah, I can play right now.
It's like you can get out there right now.
I'm telling you.
Wrap you up, give
I
you
can
about
play
10
right
sacks, about
I can
30
play right
pressures.
now.
Yeah.
My cousin, Damian Prince. You know Damian?
Oh, yeah.
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 Matter of fact, I was just with him before we got here. But we was talking about how, like, coming up, how we was probably the top 2 players at our position, like during that time.
He was a dog.
He was a dog.
He was a dog.
But like how, like, you know what I'm saying, our circumstance, we come up from the same area for real. So our circumstances just like, you know what I'm saying, it was different. We had to get out of that. We had to get out of that. So football was like the way out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But both of us had plans. We doing stuff different now. Like some people just after that they don't let it break them. I know a couple guys that like after football they just gave up on life.
Gave up on life.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know anything else.
Nah.
You've always been the best. It's all you've ever done.
Yeah, you can't.
It didn't work out, and I don't know what to do now. And again, that's where a village, people that support you, come in because you need it. You go from Josh, top point guard, you top DN, Pat, top safety, wide receiver. It's like you go from this high all the way down to this low, and to pick yourself up and to rebuild yourself in another image that you can be comfortable with yourself, because everybody else may look at it and think they're okay, but if you don't think you're okay, but if you don't think you're okay, it don't matter. And like again, I always stress, being a black man, it's already hard for us.
Yeah.
Every day we get up, it's a battle, it's a fight. When we walk out the door, we just hope we come back in one piece. Because it's a challenge. Because you don't know, man. You get pulled over by the wrong cop.
Man,
that could be the end. Anything can happen.
I'm gonna do the dash. I ain't pulling over.
Yeah, man, skedaddle. Yeah, but
like on a serious note, like, man, like getting up every day being black is like, it's real. Like I didn't met like, just because of my character, I done met so many people. They see like, you know what I'm saying, my parents might be like, man, like, you know what I'm saying, where you come from, but when they meet me and get to know me and stuff, like, they just adapt to me because they know I'm about business for real. So I'm just trying to take care of my family. I got 2 sons.
Congrats.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got
people that's dependent on
you. Know what I'm saying? I gotta be on point.
You have a reason now. You have a reason. You always had a reason, but now you got other reasons that look at you and go, I need you to do what you need to do.
I just be trying to have fun, take care of the family. That's all I try to do. Go to work, have fun, take care of the family. That's life for me.
That's life.
I'm cool with that.
But you smiling? Yeah. You in a good headspace?
I'm happy.
You sound like
my mom fine. I can call her right now.
Good to hear.
She's cool.
Good.
Pop's cool. My brother's cool. Everybody good.
Do you miss it?
Football.
You miss it?
Yeah. I just got season tickets.
To who?
To the Redskins.
Did you?
If I could just watch football, or I need to see it live, because I don't go to games like I used to. I don't go to no high school games no more. I don't go to no college games. I said, I'm about to get season tickets if I go to a game every weekend.
Yeah.
Every weekend.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
At least you might be going to time where they might be presentable to watch.
Yeah, I miss it. I miss it for sure. One of my friends, they had a little XFL tryout not too long. Probably like a month or two ago up Maryland. Man, he tried to get me to go out there, no workout, no nothing. He like, bro, come up here. I'm signing you up, pay the money. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing that.
Not in shape.
I'm not in shape, bro. You trying to hurt me.
Yeah, it's a lot of guys in that league that are NFL material that just trying to get a shot.
Just need a shot.
Just need a shot, and that's where they get their shot at. Anything else you want to reveal to us, or? I mean, it's a safe space, so
coaching. I want to get into coaching.
You do?
Yeah.
You should, if that's what you really want to do.
I want to get into coaching. I just want my kids to get a little older, because it's like I be having to do a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying right now.
Coaching takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Coaching's a time-consuming situation.
That's what I want to do. I want to be a head coach. I kind of tried to get into coaching a couple times, but it just ain't worked out for me. One, like if I'm a big coach, like the head coach, whoever I'm working for, I gotta like have a relationship with them, because some coaches, they just tell, like coaches out and work for the past, they just tell me anything. And
you want to have a guy that trusts you, but also isn't afraid of you knowing more than him.
Yeah.
And if you get a guy like that, you good. This is a great story, as the other ones were. This Emory connection with Coach Mack and everybody being a part of that, and again, the Candid Conversations of the Herb Adderley 26 Foundation. This is what we do. We give you a safe space. We let you get everything off your chest that you want to talk about. And, and we just want to be here for you and allow you to do things, say things that you may not have felt comfortable saying amongst others. in the past, and maybe you were, but you didn't get to tell it all. But that's what we're here to do. Another great interview here with Kareem McDonald, again, former 4-star DN, Wilson High School, Wilson Tigers, also known as now Jackson Reed High School.
Jackson Reed.
After all them years of being called Wilson. But with that being said, anything else you want to throw out there? I don't want to end it if you got anything else you want to put out there.
I think we covered everything, man.
We good?
It was cool. Appreciate
yeah, definitely, man. You know, I told them I make it smooth and easy, man. But once again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in to another edition here of Candid Conversations with the Herb Adderley 26 Foundation. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also check us out on Twitter, Instagram, all them places. You can check us out. And you can check out the past shows we've already done, the past conversations we've already had with previous 2 featured athletes. And again, this is a safe space. And when you come in here, we want to let you know that only what you want to talk about is what we talk about. If you don't, that's fine. Again, hats off to Kareem McDonald, former number 88 player in the country, 4-star DN. Once again, has recovered from some real trying times and now living his life. Once again, announce your clothing line for us.
Centrado Clothing. Relaunch coming soon. So with that being said, we want to thank everyone for tuning in. God bless. And the Herb Adderley 26 Foundation Candid Conversations is out for this episode. Thank you.
Herb Adderley etched his name into the NFL record book with this 80-yard interception for a
Yeah,
touchdown.
hope that God can defend him. Yeah, got the world trying to kill him. Yeah.